And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with.
I got gas down to $1.99. Okay.
You're not going to believe this, okay? If you're watching me right now, you are not going to believe what Ted Cruz says. I mean, you can't make this up. But the reason why they behave this way is because, once again, they are the dumbest people on the planet. Let's listen to this guy talking about it.
Oh, dear Maga, you guys must be the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth.
I mean, it's weird. I say that all the time. Like, this guy, I don't know who he is, but it's weird, though, that he thinks the same way about MAGA. I mean, imagine being a part of this movement, like I've seen some in my comments, like the one guy, Brick, and I saw this other girl. Can you imagine ever wanting to be a part of this movement? But you're out there proud to be one of the dumbest fucking people the world has ever seen. Like, you cannot make up the stupidity of just being a part of the movement, let alone being a part of the movement. You can't make this up. Let's continue.
I find it so fascinating, and when I say fascinating, I mean pitiful and pathetic. So fascinating that you all talked about America first, America first, America first, bald eagle, baseball, Jesus, patriot. You yell about America first while your shit-filled diaper, orange face, bitch tit, neck pussy, cankle, obese, dying pedophile.
Now, one thing that I always wondered, and I'm wondering if you guys wonder in the same thing in the comments, I wonder, do you think that Donald Trump, since if you guys remember correctly, he said,
all you gotta do is just grab him by the pussy, okay? That's all you gotta do. When you're famous, they let you do it, okay? Just grab him by the pussy, okay?
Do you think that when he looks in the mirror, he lets himself get away with it when he grabs himself by the pussy? Because he's famous. He's grabbing his pussy. Do you think that happens? I was just wondering. I mean, I wonder if that's the case. He probably does let himself get away with it, though, because he is famous.
Is selling your country to Israel for parts. The whole fucking GOP is gagging so hard on Netanyahu's cock, and you're still pretending that you're a tough guy?
I love the fact that they think that they're tough guys. That's the best part. The biggest wimps, cowards, pussies, whining, complaining bitches that we've ever seen. The entire fucking Republican Party, bro. Like, you cannot make this up. Like, you gotta love the fact that they call themselves alpha and tough guys. You can't make this up.
Your party's making you look like a weak-ass little bitch, and best I can tell, you're not saying or doing jack fucking shit about it. It's almost like you're a fucking coward, huh?
Yeah, that's exactly what they are. That's exactly what they are. The tough guys.
America first. You motherfuckers must be the dumbest people in world history. Not American history, world history.
International, world, the entire galaxy, the universe. We will never see a movement this goddamn stupid in our lives, bro, ever after this is done. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And what's that? We're ending MAGA. That's right. And I love when people come in and tell me that you're not ending anything. I love when that happens, bro. Let's continue, though.
You think this is America first, to let Israel and U.S. military intelligence and resources merge with Netanyahu, who's a literal war criminal?
Now, the only reason why that did not happen, by the way, was because Democrats voted against it. It got a majority vote in the Senate, but the filibuster needs a supermajority for something like that to happen. Every Democrat voted against it, and every Republican, except for just a couple, voted for it. And what's that? The merging of the United States Army with Israel and their army. Not in its entirety, but in many aspects. Yeah, we were going to be merged with Israel. Every Democrat, the pro-American party, voted against it, and all of the Republicans, except for a couple, voted for it. And because of the filibuster, it didn't get passed. That's the Republican Party for you. Let's continue. You got to love it, though, right?
He's a literal war criminal. Most countries on earth, if he went there, they would arrest him because he's a war criminal, committing a genocide, murdering women and children, blowing them up, shooting them, and starving them. Is that your pro-life? Is that some of your pro-life coming through?
I love when they talk about being pro-life. The last thing that they want, that they care about is life. They don't give a fuck about life, bro. Like, just like think about this. They see a woman pregnant and they demand that she has that baby no matter what, right? But they don't care if a pregnant Mexican woman is thrown to the ground by ICE agents and hauled off to jail with no due process and put into a prison and raped and also killed. They don't care about that. That's okay with them because they're so godly and Christian. And then, of course, there's the whole movement's basis, which is the pregnant woman and their demands and commands of her to have the baby. But then once that baby's born, what do they say? Fuck you. Why did you have the baby if you can't afford it? We don't have anything for you. We don't have a goddamn thing for you. Get the fuck out of my face, bro. We don't have anything. We're not going to help you with any daycare. We're not going to give you money for food. Nothing. Fuck you and your baby. That's the Republicans. But they're pro-life, aren't they? You got to love it, though, right? I mean, this is what I'm here for, though, baby. I'm here to point them out and expose them.
Is that your Christianity?
Yeah, they're fake-ass Christianity. The Republicans are fake Christians. They want nothing to do with God, and especially Christ, Jesus Christ, where Christianity comes from. They want nothing to do with anything that he has to say, his teachings, and any way about him whatsoever.
You like murdering children as part of your Christianity, you piece of shit? And I love that you guys pretend that you're pro-life, like you give a fuck about anybody but yourself. You don't.
They don't. They don't give a fuck about anybody at all. And in fact, all these people are they are totally fine with this fascist regime and their fascist ways until it happens to them. That's when all of a sudden they have a problem with it, right? They don't care when it's happening to everybody else. They laugh about it. They think it's funny. And then when it happens to them, that's when they have a problem with it, right? They don't give a shit about anybody but themselves.
And even if you were pro-life, you should Google Israel, you stupid motherfucker. One of the most pro-abortion places on earth. One of the capitals of abortions. Like, more people are getting abortions in Israel per capita than almost anywhere in the world.
We also take care of all of Israel's healthcare, just so you guys know. Isn't that just adorable? We're just so nice about that here. We don't get healthcare. No, they have universal healthcare, though. Yeah, they do. We don't. We pay for it. For their healthcare. Not ours. We don't get that. And Republicans and MAGA idiots, they don't even want it. They think it's a terrible thing and that who's going to pay for that? They're the literal dumbest people on the planet, bro. You cannot make this up. But their stupidity is known by all.
And their government pays for it. Their government also pays for them to have free health care. So we're giving billions of dollars to a country that has free health care, even though ours can't afford it.
The reason why they are able to give their people free health care is because we pay for it. We give them, it's literally a subsidized billions of dollars per year. They get it no matter what. Every year from our country, from our money. We're taking care of Israel. You cannot make this up.
Most people in this country are either overpaying or are underinsured or just don't have it at all. Is this what you voted for? Is this the America First that you voted for, you fucking imbecile? You embarrassing dirt mouth white trash fucking imbecile. You're selling your country for parts, you stupid bitch. How fucking embarrassing and pathetic you are.
And you can't make this up, but that dude was 100% right. Continuing though, with the stupidity of MAGA, we have a whole theme going on here. I mean, everything is produced properly here on the show, right? I make sure everything is in order so that we can keep on going right down the line, right? And right now we're concentrating on the stupidity of MAGA, which is very easy to do. It's not that hard to do because they're so dumb. They serve it to me on a silver platter. Like, it's just so easy, right? But this is the good liars. And they're asking this guy some questions, and you cannot believe how dumb this guy is. Watch.
I don't think Trump has anything to do with this. I think they're just doing this to make him look bad.
So who's they? Who's they? Who's the they that's making gas prices higher to make Donald Trump look bad? It's not Donald Trump himself starting an illegal war, and all the dumb, stupid decisions that he's made with tariffs and the whole 9 yards, right? Like there's all these inflationary policies that Donald Trump has, giving the richest tax, the biggest tax cut to the richest people on the planet, taking away subsidies from Medicare, not allowing Medicare whatsoever. He says that that's out of the question. We got to pay for war, right? We got to protect the country. We got to pay for defense. We can't afford daycare. We can't afford healthcare. That's what he said. The words came right out of his mouth. He just said it should be in every single ad leading up to November. Every single ad should have that played in every ad. Even if someone's running for city council in Podunk, they need to run that ad as well. Okay, but I mean, the war in Iran that Donald Trump started is the number one reason that we have gas prices over $4 right now. That's the number one and only reason why gas is as high as it is right now. But this dingbat doesn't know who to blame. So he says, who? Who is it?
Who? The liberals.
The liberals, yeah. You see what I'm talking about when I tell you that these people are the dumbest people on the planet? I mean, it's not something that's hard to find. It's very easy to find these. Let's continue.
The liberals are controlling the gas prices?
No, I think the liberals are doing it, though. Are you a Trump supporter or not?
I'm just trying to understand, though, who's raising the gas prices to make Trump look bad?
Who do you think is? I don't know. I have no idea.
He has no idea what's going on in real life, which is what I say every single day, don't I? Alan, don't I say the same thing? These people have no idea what's going on in real life. This guy does not know who to blame when it comes to the high gas prices.
You don't think it has anything to do with Iran?
Huh?
Trump doesn't control the gas prices.
That's true. He doesn't just control the gas prices.
Usually, a president does not control the gas prices. That's a very true statement, unless you're Donald Trump, right? And if you're Donald Trump, then you find some way. It doesn't matter that no other president has ever done anything that has anything to do with gas prices whatsoever. You can't tell me anything that George Bush did. You can't tell me anything that Barack Obama did, that Joe Biden did, that Herbert Walker Bush did, that Bill Clinton did, that Reagan. No, you can't pinpoint something that they did that specifically because of them the gas prices went up. But now we have two times that Donald Trump has done this. Some of you might be looking at me like, well, what do you mean? What's the other time? You don't know? I know there's like anyone else watching me right now who's asking that is a dumb Maga because they don't know what's going on in real life, but I'll explain it to you. In 2020, we had really low gas prices. You remember that? And what does Donald Trump say?
I got gas down to $1.99. Okay? I got gas down to $1.99. Okay?
Except he didn't do anything whatsoever to get gas prices down. That's not what happened at all. He didn't do anything to get gas prices to $2.50. He didn't do anything at all to make gas prices go down ever in both presidencies. That's not what happened. But he did do two things to make gas prices go up. The number one time was when in 2020, April of 2020, the big oil companies went to him complaining that they're not making enough money. You cannot make this up, ladies and gentlemen. They were making billions, but they wanted to make tens and hundreds of billions. They'd rather do that. So is there anything that you can do to make oil prices go up? You can go look this up. And Donald Trump went to Saudi Arabia, threatened them, and said, if you don't stop producing so much oil, I'm going to have to remove protection that the United States gives Saudi Arabia. It was a 2-year deal. Saudi Arabia was like, okay, no problem. We'll stop producing so much oil. 2 years later, what happens? Ukraine gets attacked by Russia, right? On top of the fact that gas prices were just climbing, right? Around $4 a gallon, that's when Russia attacks Ukraine. And then we go to $5 and $6 a gallon. Whose fault was that? There wasn't enough oil coming into the world's market. Saudi Arabia had shut down. And we saw the highest gas prices we've ever seen in this country in 2022. But MAGA dummies put stickers all over the place with Joe Biden saying, I did that. You can't mention, though, what it was that he did. He didn't do anything. That's why. He didn't do anything except to make gas prices go down by implementing policies and also bills like the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened up more permits to dig and frack more for oil in our own country, which doesn't do us any good for gas prices, but still it brought out a lot more trade for our country because we had all this oil, more than we had ever had in our entire lives because of that bill, right? That's what happened with Joe Biden. But getting back to Donald Trump, he ended up making gas prices go up because of that deal. And then in February of 2025, I said to you guys, we're enjoying better gas prices now. We can thank Joe Biden for that. But he keeps on telling you it's because of him, but he hasn't done anything. There's been no bill passed at all that's helping the markets in any way, like the Inflation Reduction Act. You see how that works? That was helping a lot of people, a lot of industry. And so it helps bring the gas, the price of oil, global market down. So that was something that Joe Biden, not directly putting his hand on the scale for oil, but that bill did what it was supposed to do. It brought down inflation. It brought down the cost of a lot of things, including oil, right? And I said to you, though, he hasn't done anything. He keeps on telling you that he did, but you can mark my words when I tell you he will do something. I don't know what it is, but he will do something to make gas prices go up again. I promise you. And now here we are. Just like I told you he was going to do. Because he's the dumbest president we've ever had, bro. He's the only one. He did it twice. He makes us go to war with Iran for no reason that he made up off the top of his head to make himself feel good, I guess, because he didn't like the fact that Barack Obama had an agreement in place that was working. And I guess he thought to himself, that's overshadowing me. And I have to do something to make myself look better, except now he looks like the biggest joke in the world. Going against what Barack Obama already had in place. And now they're wishing that we can go back to that, please. We're not going back to that. And you can thank Donald Trump for that. That's the second thing that he did to make oil prices and gas prices go up. And we're not done yet. He might do a third thing. God damn it, he might do a third thing, right? You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue, though. This is the questioning of this MAGA dummy who doesn't know who to blame.
Right. But they've gone up since the war in Iran.
Everything's gone up. I mean, the trucks got to pay for their gas, and it gets to the consumer, which is us, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think that was, Jackoff? What do you think made all the prices for everything else go up? What could that have possibly been?
Do you blame Trump for that?
No.
No, of course not. Yeah, that's not. It's not because of Donald Trump and the tariffs that he imposed on everything that we buy. That's not what it is. No, of course not. He's not going to blame him for that.
No, I don't.
Who do you think's at fault?
I have no idea. I don't blame Trump, though. The liberals blame Trump. They're going to blame Trump for everything.
Yeah, we blame Trump for what's his fault. It's very simple. We're not MAGA. We don't make shit up to make ourselves feel better. We blame the appropriate person. You can't make this up, bro.
So
Who do you blame for the high gas prices?
I don't know who to blame on that. I don't know.
MAGA is just the dumbest people we've ever seen in our entire lives. And the reason why they are so dumb is because they're led completely by the dumbest people as well. They are also MAGA. And this is Ted Cruz once again, right? And what's Ted Cruz talking about here? You cannot make this up, ladies and gentlemen. What Ted Cruz is about to describe for you, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why I say they are literally the dumbest people we've ever seen. What you're not going to believe this, okay? If you're watching me right now, you are not going to believe what Ted Cruz says, okay? What he's going to say right now is literally to a T, okay? To a T, Donald Trump. Are you ready for it? Watch. This is Ted Cruz.
And by the way, Mondami, you know who does own a pied-à-terre? That would be Comrade Mondami, who has a palatial estate in Uganda. But that's always the case. Fidel Castro was a billionaire. Putin is a billionaire. The leaders of communist regimes are always rich. They steal and rob from those they govern.
They steal from those they govern, and it's always rich people in communist countries. Mamdani is not like a billionaire. He's not a billionaire at all. But I thought it was funny to me that he used that description, and Donald Trump is the president, and he's the communist in office right now. He's literally taking our country and turning it into communism by buying up all kinds of things and ruling communistically. They say that it's the Democrats, though. But who's buying up all these different companies? Who has a fascist army in the streets of the United States terrorizing neighborhoods? Who's doing that? Who's taking people who dissent and throwing them in jail for no reason? Who's doing that? Who's taking the media and saying, you know what? We need to get rid of this person. We don't like the way that they report on things. Who's not allowing the press to be in the press office? Who's not allowing the press to be in the Pentagon to talk about what's going on with our military? Who's doing that? Who's trying to get networks taken off the air? This is all communist stuff. This is what communists do. This is all things that Communist Party does. Who's doing that? It's not Democrats. It's happening right now with Donald Trump and the Republican Party. But yet he said that, it's Mamdani. Like, you can't make this up, bro. They are literally the dumbest people on the planet, being led by the dumbest people on the planet. And their leader of all leaders is Donald Trump. And what does he say here? What is he talking about here? This is during COVID.
I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
It sounds interesting to me. The dumbest president we've ever had. That was in his first term, showing off his stupidity there, saying that we should inject disinfectant and maybe it'll clean out the lungs, or maybe shine a big powerful light through the skin and it'll kill COVID. That's who's leading MAGA. And while they're doing that, though, ladies and gentlemen, they want to put Dr. Fauci, seen here in an animated depiction here. They say that this guy is the one who killed millions of people, and they don't say anything about Bobo here. But what does it say? COVID vaccine is what he was saying. And then Donald Trump, what did he say? We should inject disinfectants. And you wonder why they're as dumb as they are? I don't. I know exactly why they're as dumb as they are. I know exactly why they are as dumb as they are. You can't make this up.